Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram. Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Hare Krishna. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Yashodanandana Vraja Janaranjana Yashodanandana Vraja Janaranjana यमुनातीरावनचारी यमुनातीरावनचारी जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी जय गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी यशोदानंदन व्रज जन रंजन यशोदानंदन व्रज जन रंजन यमुना तीर वनचारी यमुना तीर वनचारी जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी 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 जय श्री श्री राधा माधव की श्री श्री राधा श्याम सुंदर भगवान की श्री श्री राधा विनोद भगवान की ताय गौर प्रेमानंदे ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय नारायणं नमस्कृत्यं नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जायमुदीरये नष्टप्रायेषु अभद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवती उत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टकी कृष्णाय वासुदेवाय देवकी नन्दनाय च नन्दगोपकुमाराय गोविन्दाय नमो नमः Hare Krishna. So today morning we are reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, 10th canto, chapter 9. Mother Yashoda binds Lord Krishna. And verse number 19. Evam sandarshita hyanga harina भृत्यवश्यता स्ववशेनापि कृष्णेन यस्येदं सेश्वरं वशे एवं संदर्शितायंग हरिणा भृत्यवश्यता स्ववशेनापि कृष्णेन यस्येदं सेश्वरं वशे एवं संदर्शिता हि अंग हरिणा भृत्यवश्यता स्ववशेनापि कृष्णेन यस्येदं सेश्वरं वशे एवं संदर्शिता हि अंग हरिणा भृत्यवश्यता स्ववशेनापि कृष्णेन यस्येदं सेश्वरं वशे एवं संदर्शिता हि अंग हरिणा भृत्यवश्यता स्ववशेनापि कृष्णेन यस्येदं सेश्वरं वशे एवं संदर्शिता हि अंग हरिणामृतवश्यता स्ववशेनापि कृष्णेन यस्येदं सेश्वरं वशे माताजी एवं संदर्शिता हि अंग हरिणाभृत्यवश्यता स्ववशेनापि कृष्णेन यस्येदं सेश्वरं वशे एवं संदर्शिता हि evam in this manner Sandarshita was exhibited. He indeed Anga, O Maharaj Parikshit, Harina by the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Bhratyavashyata, his transcendental quality of becoming subordinate to his servitor or devotee. Svavashena, who is within the control only of his own self. Api, indeed, Krishnena, by Krishna, Yasya, of whom, Idam, the whole universe, Saishwaram, with the powerful demigods, like Lord Shiva and Lord Brahma, Vashe, under the control. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada Ki. Translation. O Maharaj Parikshit, this entire universe, with its great exalted demigods like Lord Shiva, Lord Brahma, and Lord Indra, is under the control of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Yet, the Supreme Lord has one transcendental attribute. He comes under the control of his devotees. This was now exhibited by Krishna in this pastime. Purport. This pastime of Krishna's is very difficult to understand, but devotees can understand it. It is therefore said, Darshiyam Stadvidam Loka Atmano Bhaktavashyadam, Bhagavatam 10.11.9. The Lord displays the transcendental attribute of coming under the control of his devotees. As stated in the Brahma Samhita 5.35, एकोऽप्यसौ रचयितुं जगदण्डकोटिं यशक्तिरस्ति जगदण्डचयायदन्तः अण्डान्तरस्थपरमाणुचयान्तरस्थं गोविन्दमादिपुरुषं तमहं भजामि. By his one plenary portion as Paramatma, the Lord controls innumerable universes with all their demigods, yet he agrees to be controlled by a devotee. In the Upanishads, it is said that Supreme Personality of Godhead can run with more speed than the mind. But here we see that although Krishna wanted to avoid being arrested by his mother, he was finally defeated, and Mother Yashoda captured him. Lakshmi Sahasrashata Sambhrama Sevyamanam. Krishna is served by hundreds and thousands of goddesses of fortune. Nonetheless, he still butter like one who is poverty stricken. Yamaraj, the controller of all living entities, fears the order of Krishna. Yet Krishna is afraid of his mother's stick. These contradictions cannot be understood by one who is not a devotee. But a devotee can understand how powerful is unalloyed devotional service to Krishna. It is so powerful that Krishna can be controlled by an unalloyed devotee. This Bhratya Vashyata does not mean that he is under the control of the servant. Rather, he is under the control of the servant's pure love. In Bhagavad Gita 1.21, it is said that Krishna became the chariot driver of Arjuna. Arjuna ordered him, Senayor Ubhayor Madhye Ratham Stapaya Me Chuta. My dear Krishna, you have agreed to be my charioteer and to execute my orders. Place my chariot between the two armies of the soldiers. Krishna immediately executed this order, and therefore one may argue that Krishna also is not independent. But this is one's ajnana, ignorance. Krishna is always fully independent. When he becomes subordinate to his devotees, this is a display of Ananda Chinmaya Ras, the humor of transcendental qualities that increases his transcendental pleasure. Everyone worships Krishna as the supreme personality of Godhead, and therefore he sometimes desires to be controlled by someone else. Such a controller can be no one else but a pure devotee. Hare Krishna. Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Sri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamsha Shri Rupam Sagrajata Sahagana Raghunathan Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadhutam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhan He Krishna Karuna Sindho Dinabandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vancha Kalpatarubhascha Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Tanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namah Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Sri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Mukam karoti vachalam pangulam ghayate girim yat kripaha tamham vande Shri Guru Dinatarinam Paramananda Madhavam Shri Chaitanya Ishwaram. Hare Krishna. So we welcome all the devotees today's Sunday Feast program and in this special Kartik Damodara Mass. So I have been instructed to speak on Damodara Ashtakam, first three verses. So I beg blessing from all of you, especially all the senior devotees, so that I could speak something, share a few thoughts which I have heard from seniors on this uh, very amazing pastimes of Lord uh, Damodar Lila. So in this special festival of Dashara, Diwali is going on. Lord is having so many pastimes. If you see the Vaishnav calendar, so many tithis come in this period. And these are the festivities not for the eyes, it is for mind also. Bhagavatam describes this is as a Manaso Mahotsavam. It is a jubilation, it is celebration for the mind when we ponder upon these amazing pastimes of the Lord. So there are various pastimes, but the most, the classic or enchanting pastime of this Damodar month is Damodar Lila. So we'll try to discuss something about this. Uh, since it is a festival going on and many shops and e-commerce sites they are giving different discounts, a bumper sale dhamaka. Lord is also giving bumper dhamaka. If you do little devotional service, you will get a lot of things. And especially if you offer the lamb, like chanting Damodara Ashtakam to me, then I will give myself to you. Lord has promised. So especially in Hari Bhakti Vilash, Sripad Sanatana Goswami Pad tells, one who worships the deity of Radha Damodar for purpose of Radhika's happiness, then Damodar Hari becomes very satisfied. One who worships Damodar by daily chanting Damodar Ashtakam attracts the Supreme Lord Damodar himself. So Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, Yada Yada Hi Dharmasya Glanir Bhavati Bharata. Whenever there is a decline in the religion, I appear in different times at different people to establish the religious principles. And he has appeared to different faiths, in fact, the major religions of the world. But the special, unique feature of Vedic culture is that the pastimes of the Lord, that you will not find anywhere. Very hard, very rare. It is not there in any major religions or faith of the world, the pastimes of the Lord. He has appeared as the Lord himself. He has um, manifested his greatness. Whether it is for Moses, he comes as a burning bush and gives 10 commandments, or, Jesus Christ, he tells, Our Lord who art in heaven, hallowed by thy name, he tells. Or, for Zoroastrians, he comes, they worship as a fire. For Mohammedans, they worship Almighty, Ya Ilahi illallah. So, but in all these manifestation, he has expressed his greatness, how great God is. But only in Vedic culture we find something unique that is called Leela, and that manifests his sweetness, how sweet he is. And in order to appreciate or rightly situate in his bhakti or devotion, we need both of these to understand the greatness of the Lord and to understand the sweetness of the Lord. So what happens if you have only greatness? If you know only God is great, I am somewhere down here. He is so great and there is no relation between me. So there is what will happen? There is a sense of like fear or distance. Hmm? Uh, there is no any relation we cannot establish that much. And there is another extreme. If we only understand the sweetness of the Lord, then we take God very casually. Prabhupada says there is inclination towards Sahajiyasm. Lord taking very, casually. Oh, Radha Krishna mere bagal mein rehte idhar. Or in last dream I saw Radha Rani and Krishna, something like that. So we take so casually. That is another extreme, Sergius. So that's why we need both to understand the greatness of the Lord and to understand the sweetness of the Lord. So that's why we have philosophy, tattva. Today we are discussing Damodar Lila. You know all this pastime, Damodar, amazing pastime. And we sing also Damodar Ashtakam. But when we understand the tattva behind that, we can appreciate. When song, it is just song is sung, it is just music for the ears. But when we understand the tattva behind that, it is bhajan. We can meditate on that and we can see the gravity of thought, what that author has put in or that poet has put in that. So that's how we will try to understand here, uh, which manifests both the Aishwarya, the greatness of the Lord, and madhurya, the sweetness of the Lord. So, Prabhupada tells in purport, both of these things are very important in our life, the philosophy and the religion. Prabhupada mentions if religion without philosophy, Prabhupada mentioned in one of the purports, what it is? Religion without philosophy, it is sentimentalism. And philosophy without religion, mental dry speculation. So both are very important to understand and to appreciate what we have been given. That's why Damodara Ashtakam will try to understand where understanding God, the Tattva, His greatness, it will evoke submission. His Grace Chaitanya Charan Prabhu very nicely puts, greatness evokes submission, humility, and sweetness evokes what? Intimacy. It evokes affection for the Lord. But when they both combine the submission and the affection, the humility and the intimacy, then it is a confluence in devotion. We can appreciate in devotional mood. So that's why in Bhagavatam also we see Prabhupada gave first 9 cantos. Mostly it describes about the greatness of the God. Atra sargo visargascha sthanam pushnam utane manvantara ishanu katha nirodho mukti. Till mukti, it is all mostly the greatness of the God. But the 10th canto, which is almost the 1/3 of Srimad Bhagavatam volume, that is what? Ashraya Tattva. That is the sweetness of the Lord. So that's why when we'll understand these acharyas, tika especially, and tattva behind this song or this ashtakam, then we can appreciate very nicely. So today we'll try to uh, study or discuss Damodara Ashtakam by Digdarshani Tika by Srila Sanatana Goswami Pad. In his introductory prayer, Srila Sanatana Goswami Pad tells, the stotra named Sri Damodara Ashtaka is found in the Padma Puran, spoken by Satyavrata Muni during conversation with Shaunaka and Narada. Sanatana Goswami tells, this prayer is Nitya Siddha, eternally perfect. It manifested through Satyavrata Muni and is capable of attracting Damodar Krishna. So, what are Vaishnava bhajans? Their literature, Sahitya. When their heart, the pot of their heart is filled with the liquid honey of Krishna Prem, it's overflowing completely. They cannot helpless but write what is coming in their mind. And those, like sprinkled drops are Vaishnava bhajans, they tell. They are so much absorbed in Krishna Prem that they are writing. And it is not just any normal song. It is rightly, like combined in chanda and meter, especially this Damodara Ashtakam comes in Bhujanga Prayad meter. Bhujanga Prayad is like, it has movement like snake, how snakes moves like this. Nama Mishwaram Sachidananda Rupam. So it has been composed very nicely, but at the same time, amazing tattva has been portrayed in those all 8 stanzas. So today we'll see at least 3 stanzas. I've been ordered to discuss on first 3. Uh, so we will discuss on that. Uh, let's start with the first stanza, which first verse uh, denotes how the supreme controller becomes fearful and controlled. How that personality, which is uncontrolled, nobody can control him, nobody can conquer him. He becomes controlled, he becomes conquered. Ajita Jitoti, who cannot be conquered, he becomes conquered. By whom? By the pure love of his devotees. So that is the first stanza. Please repeat after me. नमामीश्वरं सच्चिदानन्दरूपं लसत्कुण्डलं गोकुले भ्राजमानम्. यशोदाभियोलुखलाद्धवमानम् परामृष्टमत्यं ततो धृत्यगोप्या. Hare Krishna. So first word namami in any poem or literature, all the our authors, saints, acharyas, they start first of all Mangalacharan. This word namami is nothing but the Mangalacharan. So this Satyavrata Muni first of all is bowing down to Supreme Lord, namami. Hmm? I bow down with love and devotion before commencing description of Supreme Lord. And what he's describing? Now, in coming stanzas, he will describe the various excellences of the Lord. It is called Vishesha, Vishesha Rupena, various excellences, the amazing future characteristics of the Lord. So, what he is going to explain? Six Vishesha: Tattva Vishesh, Leela Vishesh, Rupa Vishesh, Guna Vishesh, Parivar Vishesh, and Saundarya Vishesh in all these stanzas. And in very first line, right at the outset, he starts with the Tattva Vishesh. My dear devotees, I am going to describe about the wonderful pastimes of this Damodar. Plus, be aware, he is not common boy. He is not normal kid. Don't misunderstand him. Who is he? After Namami, he puts that word. Ishwaram, the controller. He is the controller of the controllers. Ishvara Parama Krishna Sachidananda Vigraha Anadiradir Govinda Sarva Karana Karanam. So please don't misunderstand him. And this is the Tattva Vishesh of the Lord. It is the excellence of the absolute truth, Supreme Lord as the supreme controller. So when we understand the Tattva, we can appreciate this. In Bhagavad Gita also Lord tells, Janma karma cha me divyam yo evam yo veti tattvataha. Here comes the Tattva. Tattva has to be understood. If we understand the Siddhant, then we can appreciate. Siddhant baliya chitte nakara alas yaha haite Krishna lage Druna Manas. We can get attracted to Krishna by understanding what he is. Otherwise, we'll take him casually. So that's why many might get misunderstood that I'm just, describing some pastimes of a small kid. But don't get misunderstood. Because it happened with Vidhata Brahma. He got misunderstood by seeing which Lila? In Gochan Brahma Vimal Lila, we see, he saw when Krishna is eating the, what do you call it, the jhuta of another uh, Madhu Mangal, he was carrying what? Chas. And he didn't want to give to Krishna, so he carried in mouth. Krishna understood. He came near and what he did? He hit him on his cheeks. And some of the chas, like buttermilk fell down and most of that Krishna directly swallowed. And Brahma is watching from above. He told, what? Now, Brahma, he stays in Satyaloka. His body is made of a pure intelligence, not earth, water, fire, air, ether. So pure. We have various norms in, like here pujaris, so many, like Sanskrit verses we quote before entering the altar, after coming of the altar, beg for forgiveness. High quality of uh, cleanliness is required. And whom we are worshiping, that Supreme Lord, he is eating jhuta. He cannot be Supreme Lord. He misunderstood. And then we know what happened in Brahman Lila. So Satyavrata Muni is telling right at the start, at the beginning, please don't misunderstand. He is not common person. He is not normal kid. He is the supreme personality of God. Now here onwards, there are many contradictions are brought together. These are called oxymorons. Oxymorons is like two contradictory words or two contradictory subjects are brought together. Hmm? Like telling someone you are intellectual fool. So how can intellect and fool be together? Either he is intelligent or fool. So this is like one example of oxymoron. Or uh, this. Ah, sorry. Educated, illiterate, something like that. Or this room is like there was that room was like creating deafening silence. Silent, but it was like making me deaf. Or we call it right. Uh, Suicide is an act of courageous cowardice. He's coward. He doesn't want to face the world, but to commit suicide also it requires courage. Or in management, we tell like management is necessary, devil. Sometimes we have to take harsh. decisions, but it is necessary what to do. So these are the oxymorons, and it is exactly perfectly matches in all the pastimes of the Lord. Prabhupada also in this purport we see many examples he gives in purport. Bhratyavashrata, and although he is Lakshmipati, but he is like, uh, stealing the butter. So especially in Ishobnishad 5, we see this shloka. Tade jati, tanne jati, tad dure, tad antike, tad antarasya sarvasya, tad sarvasyasya bahyata. Tade jati, he walks, tanne jati, he cannot walk. Tad dure, tad antike, he is very distant, but he is very near. Tad antarasya sarvasya, he is within everything, but tad sarvasyasya bahyata, he is outside of everything. So what is going on? This is like little confusing, but this all applies to the characteristics of Supreme Personality of Godhead. So that's how in this all these coming lines, these all oxymorons, virodhabhas, the contradictory conceptions have been described. Next word he describes Sachidananda Rupam. So after explaining the Tattva Vishesh, he explains the Rupa Vishesh. What is the Rupa? Form of the Lord, the amazing Sat Chit Anand, fully eternal, knowledgeable, and blissful, amazing form of the Lord. See, this is a unique feature, as I explained in Vedic culture, that there is a mention or description of the form of the Lord. In many of the faiths, it's not there. Uh, Michelangelo in 15th century, when he was ordered to paint murals on the Vatican Church, and he was, try to describe the somewhat pastimes of Lord, but there was no mention. So they told you have to depict that God is calling Adam, the first human being, into kingdom of God. So can you just paint that? So he was painting, but he stuck that time. Okay, tell me how God looks. He asked the elders of their faith that what is the description of God? They told, what is the description of God? Everybody they are asking. They called another church, their branch, and is there any description of God? There is no description. So what to do? Then they found out somewhere he is Puran Purush, oldest person. Oh, oldest person. So they conveyed him, and then Michelangelo, like pictured that. So if you see that picture, still it is there. You can search. So God is calling Adam in the kingdom of God, and God is full of old beard, and he is like very old person because he was described like that, old person. And in that picture, Adam is more beautiful than God, actually. So yeah, that description is correct. He is oldest person. He is Puran Purush. Advaitam Achutam Anadim Ananta Rupam Adyam Purana Purusham Navayavvanam Cha. So Purana Purush is there. But after that, very important word is there, Navayavvana. He is always like 16-year-old boy, charming beauty who attracts everyone. So that is very important, and that is mentioned in our Shastras. So this is Sachidananda Rupa. And then Gokule Bhrajamanam. What he's doing? He's having his nice time, his pastimes in Gokula. What is Gokul Vrindavan? It is filled with gopas, gopis, cows, calves, Yamuna, Govardhan. And in this amazing atmosphere, he's having his pastimes. So these are the special feature of Shastras or Sanatan Dharma that pastimes have been described very nicely. Gokule Bhrajamanam. Satyavrat Muni, one after one line, he's like taking one camera and zooming in inside the Leela of that pastime. So by seeing Lord's activities or Leela with all his devotees, Brahmaji is praying, Aho Bhagyam, Nanda Gopa Vrajokasam, Yanamitram Brahmanandam, Purna Brahma Sanatanam. What a fortune Nanda Maharaj is having, and all the Gopas of Vrindavan, that the supreme absolute truth is playing their courtyard as in the form of a small boy. One saint from Tukaram, Maharashtra, Tukaram Maharaj, he tells, Ananta Brahmande Udari. He's telling, in his Abhanga, he tells very nicely, Ananta Brahmande Udari. Ananta, unlimited Brahmand universes are in his stomach, Udari. Ananta Brahmande Udari. Hariha Balakananda Gari. And such Hari, a Balak, small boy, is in the house of Nanda Maharaj. Naval Kevade Kevade. What an astonishment! What an astonishment! Tukaram Maharaj is going in ecstasy by seeing this. Kanhobache na kale kode. This Kanhoba, this Kanai, I am really not able to understand his puzzle or riddle, whatever he's playing. He's the supreme Ananda Koti Brahmand Nayak, and he's playing as if like a small boy. Further he tells, पृथ्वीजेने तृप्त केली त्यासी यशोदा भोजन घाली who has nourished earth, Mother Earth, by his just touch. He gives, in fact, nourishment to earth. Lord tells in Bhagavad Gita, Gama Vishyacha Bhutani, Dharyami Aham Ahojasa, Pushnami Aushidim Sarva Somo Bhutva Rasatmak. I give the nourishing factor to earth. And that same Lord, Yashoda Maya Bhojana Gali, she is feeding him. What a contradiction. It is oxymoron completely. Lord came in the form of Varahadev. He reinstated Earth, Mother Earth, in the proper orbit and purified her. When Varahadev appeared, he was having so much huge form. It is mentioned that uh, in his one skin pore hole, entirety of oceans could fit, and still it was not getting overflooded. Small, the skin pore holes, how much small we are, and we have innumerable skin pore holes on our body. How much, huge or gigantic must be the form of Varahadev. He appeared like that. And same he comes in the form of Krishna. Yashoda might takes half a bucket water and bathes him. So Navala Kevade Kevade. Tukaram Maharaj is telling what an astonishment. This is completely oxymoron. Then further he tells, Vishwa Vyapaka Kamlapati Tyasi Gaulani Kadiye Gheti. So he's all pervading supreme personality of Godhead. He's he's everywhere. Andantarasta Paramanu, Chayantarastam. But same Supreme Lord, gopis are carrying out in Kadiya. So in village, they take children on the west here, and Supreme Absolute Truth they are taking here. So how beautiful it is, Tukaram Maharaj is telling. He's describing in his Abhanga. And then finally he tells, Tuka bhane natadhari, bhogo bhogo ni brahmachari. So he's telling, oh, you are the supreme autocrat, you are the supreme dancer. Although you have enjoyed thousands of gopis and queens of Dwarka, still you are brahmachari. He is telling you are brahmachari. And we know that pastimes of Durvas Muni, how gopis were, doing Kalindi Vrat and they wanted to feed Durvas Muni and they wanted to go, like cross Yamuna. And they came near Krishna and Krishna told, if you want a way throughout the Yamuna, then you have to go and tell this. If Krishna is Bal Brahmachari, please give us the way. They started laughing. What is this? But still they went. Keep have a faith. Let it give a benefit of doubt. Just try. And they went and they told same. If Krishna is Bal Brahmachari, please give us way, Mother Yamuna. And Yamuna immediately gave way. And they were like wonderstruck. What is this happening? So because Krishna is after calm, he is not, lusty or this, of this material world. Lust implies on the gross body or subtle body. He is Satchidananda Rupa. There is no trace of lust. So uh, he is that same person, Atmaram and Aptakam, he becomes Tanyakam, the desirers of the pure milk, love of Yashoda Maya, and he becomes Tanyakam. That is mentioned in this. Furthermore, again, Satyavart Muni zooming in the camera, and then he is telling Lasat Kundalam. Now, in this beautiful form, Lord is wearing lot of ornaments. But dear devotees, I want to focus on one ornament that is greatly fortunate. What is that ornament? Earrings, Lasat Kundalam. Why? Why along all the ornaments, these earrings are special? Because they got the opportunity to kiss the cheeks of the Lord, the very beautiful cheeks of the Lord. That's why these are very fortunate ornaments. And Bhagavatam tells that Param Padam Bhushanam Bhushanango. These ornaments are so beautiful that their beauty is increased coming in the contact of Krishna. Generally, we wear ornament to beautify ourselves. But Krishna, when Krishna wears ornaments, Krishna is already beautiful, but the ornaments' beauty is increased furthermore because coming in the contact of Krishna. And that's why Sakhis, they never used to give, show mirror to Krishna. Because once he sees his own form, he will not see any other form. That is so beautiful. He used to tell that, thank God Vidhata made you male. Thank God Vidhata Brahma made you male. If you were female, na, to don't know how many thousands of throats would have been cut in order to obtain you. कितने लोगों के गले कट जाते तुम्हें पार पाने के लिए. So this is how they used to, and this happened right in Mohini Avatar when Lord came as a female. We see the demons all times they were trying with all their efforts to obtain the nectar. They forgot that nectar itself when they saw Mohini Avatar, right? Is nectar se tum nectarine ho. They're like, whatever she was telling, they were following that. And we see Lord Shiva also. He forgot, even he was least bothered going through his all renunciate disciples behind that Mohini Avatar. So such is the nectarian form of the Lord. And that is Mohini Avatar, the avatar of the Lord. And who, what to speak of Krishna, who is the source of all that avatar. Krishnastu Bhagavan Swayam. How much beautiful he must be. So that's why Satyavat Muni is describing this. And in third line, he tells, Yashoda Bhyolukhala Dhavamanam. Now comes the Leela Vishesh, now actual pastime. So first we described Tattva Vishesh, then we described Rupa Vishesh, then Parivar Vishesh, Gokule Brajamanam, and now it is Leela Vishesh, the pastime of the Lord. So Lord is running out of fear from Mother Yashoda because he has done the crime, he has done the blunder of breaking the pots, and Ulukhala Dhavaman. He was doing that thing standing on the mortar, that wooden mortar. And then, as soon as he saw Mother Yashoda is coming, he jumped down and he started Dhavamanam. Krishna jumps down and runs away in fear of Mother Yashoda. And then Paramrishta, here Saundarya Vishesh, the Mother Yashoda's very wonderful beauty has been expressed. Atyanta she comes very swiftly and she catches Krishna. So here, all the whenever all the acharyas are seeing these pastimes, they are in like ecstasy. What is happening here? That supreme absolute truth. Nobody can reach him. Many munis and many yogis, they try like anything with the speed of mind. Panthas tukoti shatavassara sampragamyo vayo rathapi manaso muni pungavanam sopyasti ya prapada. They cannot even touch the prapada, the toenails of the Lord, having the speed of mind or air. Govinda Mahadi Purusham Tamham Bhajami. Such a Govinda, I offer my respectful obeisances. So, such a personality who cannot be reached by munis and yogis, Mother Yashoda is catching immediately and caught hold of him. What is the glorification of Lord? We see one more person, he tried to catch Krishna in Krishna Lila. In Dwarka, we see one demon was run behind Krishna and he was trying to catch Krishna. Who was that? Kalyavan. But no matter how much fast he was going, he was not able to catch Krishna. Krishna was just walking normally. Kalyavan was like full his energy he was putting, but still he was, okay, age. And then again he was missing. So why he was not able to catch? Because he was sinful, heart full of sins. And here Mother Yashoda, heart full of love. Only love can conquer Krishna. Lord Krishna is telling his. And this is a very beautiful, picture where Krishna is running and Mother Yashoda is trying to capture him. When Britishers came in India for trade and they saw this picture, they asked Indians, who is this person? So they told, yeah, Hamari Bhagwan hai. This is our God? Small boy. Yeah. And why he is running? He is fearful of his mother. Why? What happened? He has done stealing. Stealing? God. Okay, what he has stolen? He has stolen makhan, butter. Huh? He doesn't eat butter, huh? So he is your God. A God, a small boy who is running out of fear of mother and he has stolen butter. How does that be? How we can understand? They got literally like short circuited in their intelligence. And they told him he doesn't steal only butter, he steals everything. He is the supreme personality of, stealing. And that's what we see this Chauragraganya Purushashtakam. Vraje prasiddham नवनीतचौरं गोपाङ्गनानां च दुकूलचौरम् अनेकजन्मार्जितपापचौरं चौराग्रगण्यं पुरुषं नमामि. He is the supreme most thief of all thieves. Uh, चोरों का डाकू डॉन है वो, सब कुछ चरा लेता है. So they couldn't understand Britishers. They told, to understand you have to be around here, then you will understand. So this is the wonderful pastime of the Lord has been mentioned in first stanza, where we see that the uncontrolled, the controller or the unconquered becomes the conquered. Let's move to second stanza. रुदन्तमुहुर्नेत्रयुग्ममृजन्तं कराम्भोजयुग्मेन स्तान्तकनेत्रं रुदन्तम्. मुहुश्वासकम्पत्रिरेखाङ्ककण्ठ स्थितग्रैवदामोदरं भक्तिबद्धम्. So here theme is the Lord can be bound by nothing but love. Only love can bind Krishna. And the main term or main word is Bhakta Vashyata or Bhritta Vashyata. Same in our today's shloka was there. Prabhupada was mentioning Bhritta Vashyata. Hmm. Krishna's quality of coming under control of his devotee. God can only be bound by a devotee's love, nothing else. Krishna was bound by pure parental love of Yashoda. So Rudanta Muhurnetra, Lord is doing now drama. What other kids, they do generally when they are caught up. And he's crying, Rudanta Muhurnetra Yugmam Mrijanta. He's rubbing his eyes. Karam Bhoja with two lotus hands. He's rubbing his two lotus eyes. Kar Amboj and uh, Netram with two lotus eyes. He is, rubbing. And all the tears are coming from his eyes. Generally, we see that acharyas are telling that lotus is born out of water, but here it is happening ulta. Water is coming from lotus. What is that lotus? His eyes, Kamal Nayan, Kar Amboj. So such a nicely composed by Satyavat Muni. And Sa Atanka Netram, it is not just drama. He is literally fearful, not only fearful, Atanka, terrified. One word is fear, one is atank. Fear is okay, you are fearful. Atank means when your fear is in front of you, personified, multi times more. That is atank, terror. In Bhagavatam, one chapter is there in Prahlad Narasimha Akhyan. Hiranyakashpu terrorizes universe. Everybody is like trembling. And same is happening with Lord. Who is that Lord? Is Kal himself, the time factor. Kalya manopi balino vayor eva ghanavali. Bhishmadev on deathbed he tells. Everything is happening because of this. Who is this? Kal. He's telling all Pandavas. So that Kal, who is, like Mrityu Sarva Harashchaham, everything you have to lose when I play my spell. That Kal is trembling. Lord says, Mad bhayad vati vatoyam, Suryastapti mad bhayat, Varshati Indro, Dahati Agnir, Mrityuscharti mad bhayat. Out of my fear, what happens? This air is flowing. Out of my fear, this Surya is shining. Out of my fear, this Indra is, shedding all the rains. Dahati Agni, Agni is burning, and Mrityus Charati, death is taking its toll on everyone because of out of my fear. And that same person who is feared by fear personified, he is trembling here. He is becoming fearful. Satyavarta Muni is telling what a glorious Leela. And what is effect? Muhushvasa. His breathing is like exhaling out of crying. The kids they do na when we cry out of very like obsessively. Then they not even they like throat is choked up and literally he's like crying, hmm? Exhaling excessively. That personality he is like Mahakarnarnavashai Vishnu. When he exhales, what happens? when he brahmanas appear, and that same person he is, like exhaling here. So that's why when we understand the tattva, then we can appreciate. It's not just going down and seeing that Radha, Damodara and Krishna is like, in this form, and Yashoda Maya is trying to bind. Somebody will come first time and he will see, okay, ek bacha hai koi, to usko band rahi hai maa. And who is that bacha? We have to understand this. That's why this is very important. In Bhagavad Gita 11th chapter, Vishwarup Darshan Yog, uh, uh, by seeing the Virat Roop of Lord, Arjuna started trembling. But it is happening completely ulta. Here devotee is not trembling, ulta Lord is trembling. So this is again oxymoron. So that's why uh, Lord is performing this pastime to make everybody uh, entertained and inviting everyone in his pastime. Same person who is feared by fear personified, he becomes fearful. When he comes as a Narsimhadev, it is mentioned in one of the Narsimha Lila is Nitya Lila. In one Brahmanas, he appears that he is having such a huge form. What was huge form? Uh, Once Krishna and Bhima, they were going on walk, and they saw one big mountain, boulder. And Bhima asked Krishna that, what is this, Lord? Krishna tells it is earring of Hiranyakashipu. It was in Satyuga somewhere. Earring has fallen here. So you understand the earring of Hiranyakashipu is this much big mountain. What must be the size of Hiranyakashipu? Now let's understand what is the size of Narsimha Bhagwan then. When Lord appeared there, he was so angry, he roared like a lion, and such a huge form. In that angry mood, when he tried to capture Hiranyakashipu, Hiranyakashipu got stuck in one of his nails as a dust particle. Sometimes we have dust particles got stuck in our nails sometimes. So he got stuck, and Lord was finding, where is he? I want to kill him. So it was not visible. So in order to kill him, Lord has to minimize his size. And then he minimized size and then he tore him apart. So such was the anger of Lord. Hmm. It is mentioned in Bhagavatam that when he roared like a lion, that dahad, sher ki dahad bolte na, uh, all the elephants in the world were crying. Elephants. Now, elephant is such an animal, very thick skin. You cannot make elephant easily cry. So all the elephants of the world were crying by hearing that roar. This is small sample we might have seen in this Maha Avatar Narsimha, the way Lord comes and all that music they have played. Little, musical they have made, but he kills everyone. In such a way, he kills Hiranyakashipu. And it's like fear personified. But that same Lord here, he is becoming very fearful. And that is the glory of the Lord. It is very enchanting, like special effect Hollywood movie, but greater than a Hollywood movie. That Hollywood movie will not liberate us. By seeing this special movie, we can have our liberation. Lord rewards us the liberation. So that's why Acharya is very amazed by seeing this, and they're telling, "Wow, what's going on here? It's amazing, Leela. Let's document this in wonderful poems and bhajans and ashtakams." So by this Leela, Lord is challenging all the Gyanis, Yogis, and Munis that I only get defeated by pure love, by my devotees. And that's why devotees celebrate this month as a victory over the Lord. We have conquered Lord. Prabhupada used to tell, why you wanted to become one with Lord, one with God. We devotee wanted to become more bigger than God by becoming his devotee. So that is the speciality of this Damodar Leela. So uh, Lord, by seeing Mata Yashoda's pure efforts, mm, he agrees to get bound. Drishtva parishramam Krishna kripaya sita swabandhane. When he see Yashoda Mata's hard labor, parishrama, pari means again and again, determined, complete efforts. Pari, this word is very important. Pari, parishramam, full 360-degree. We tell na ki, not leaving any stone unturned, trying his best. So Prabhupada tells in devotional service also we should try our best. This word is pari is very important. Parishramam, again, dedicated, complete efforts. Parishramam, parivartan, full, complete transformation. Parisar, complete environment. Uh, Parivar, complete not war, but that war is different from WAR war. Parivar is full, complete, wholesome family which is centered around Krishna consciousness. That is Parivar. So, uh, when we put that complete efforts, then Krishna is pleased. Prabhupada is telling in Dhruva section that it is very difficult to please Krishna. It is not easy. To please Krishna, it is very difficult. One has to put his utmost efforts. Yeah, when it comes to you as a responsibility, you have to put 100% efforts. Radha Gopinath Prabhu used to tell, when it is our turn to pray, we pray in a such a way that everything depends upon God. But when it's our turn, when it is time of action, we do as if like everything depends upon me, putting our 100% effort. That is the responsibility. And that is shown by Srila Prabhupada. Before going to Western countries, he prayed like anything, even in that Bodo Kurpa Kailo Krishna, all full prayers. But when time came to act or to preach, he preached fearlessly, complete 100%, given his time. So, Lord will ask in our own life also when we are performing our services or even our personal sadhana. We may have many excuses, but one thing we can ask ourselves: are we putting our 100%? Is this my 100%? That is very, very important. Uh, Otherwise, there are a lot of excuses. Uh, Chaitanya Charan Prabhu puts very nicely that Krishna is not interested in your feelings. He tells, Krishna is not interested in your feelings. Krishna is interested in your feelings of your feelings. What does that mean? So we may have some time feeling, okay, let's not go temple today or whatever. We'll not come for service. Let's not read Bhagavatam. Let's do something else. So these are feelings, right? So don't become one with the feeling. See that feeling from as a third party. What is your thinking about that feeling as a pure soul or servant? So Krishna wants to understand that. There is natural, that feeling will come. But what is your reaction about that feeling? Krishna is interested in that. So that is a Paramatma, and like he's honest to Paramatma. And that's why if we are sincere under the guidance of seniors and Guru, we practice bhakti, we understand that we have to conquer this lower nature and completely dedicate ourselves in service and sadhana. And uh, this is how we progress in devotional service. So Yashoda Maya by this uh, is showing that how we have to put our 100% in order to please Krishna. And then Yashoda Maya took Lord and then she completely bound Krishna. And where that same mortar, what Lord used in order to get that, like butter. So all parties who are involved in the crime should be punished. So that mortar also and Lord also, she bound, both of them. This is very, like a difficult scene in India. We can see that, mothers are uh, slapping kids and, punishing them. But it is not easily digestible in Western countries. How that be? If they see this picture that one mother is literally trying hands and legs of one small kid, they will feel what is cruelty, this kind of. One Indian grandmother went to Western countries and her grandson did some mischief that grandma slapped that grandson. Grandson immediately called police. And police came, they told, we wanted to arrest you. Grandma is asking, what happened? Why you are arresting? Because you slapped your grandson. Grandma slapped that police also. She asked, in order to correct him, I will not slap that. Who will slap? I only have to slap him. So this is something like we've seen, like in common phenomena in our Indian culture, especially now gone are those days in schools also. The teacher has to think twice, like punishing kids. Nowadays, our times, like first of all, entering in school means first of all 20, uh, Mahaprasad we has to get, and then teaching is to start. There is a term in Marathi they call chadi lage cham cham vidya yayi gham gham. When chadi the stick, first we remember like 20, 30 is normal. We used to get first, and then vidya used to come. But nowadays it is very difficult. So in that culture, we see that Yashoda Maya, out of affection, is tying. If you are doing these mischief activities, who will give you, like girl in marriage? You will be known as a thief. So please behave yourself in order to punish Yashoda Maya is tying Krishna here. So this is wonderful. We see that Lord comes only because of love under the control of Mother Yashoda. So that very nicely explained in this second verse. Let's move to the third verse. Here, the theme is how Krishna reveals his sweetness to those who are absorbed in his greatness. As at the start, we saw the greatness and sweetness of the Lord. भगवान की महानता और भगवान की मधुरता, ऐश्वर्य and madhurya. So those who are absorbed in his greatness, uh, they they will get the entrance in his sweetness. So this is third verse. इति दृक्स्वलीलाभिरानन्दकुण्डे स्वघोषं निमज्जन्तम् आख्यापयन्तम् तदीयेषु तज्ञेषु भक्तिर्जितत्वम् पुनः प्रेमतस्तं शतावृत्ति वन्दे So iti druk means such such kind of activities, such kind of glorious, enchanting, charming pastimes. Lord is what he's doing. Swaghosham. He's declaring to the whole world, what? Come. This is the trailer. This is the trailer going on. And these kind of continuous activities, the entire picture is there. Golok Vrindavan going on. Do you want to participate? So Lord is declaring here, Swaghosham Nimajjantam Akhyapayantam is droning all the Gokulvasis, immersing into the pools of ecstasy. Ananda Kunde, the Kunda which is filled with Ananda, always full of bliss, happy, evergreen party is going on there. Complete party, daily, by these activities. Lord is getting up with all Gopas pastime. He is having pastimes. Before he wakes up, all the Gopas are waiting outside his door. When he will get up? In the night, the Gopas are thinking when this night will get over and when day will come, so that we'll again come, join with Krishna and go for the pastimes. And gopis throughout the day they are passing, they are telling when this day will get over, because in the evening Krishna will join them and they will have a nice time. So through all these pastimes, even small Makhan Chori, the Gocha, and such a sweet pastimes, they come together and very nicely nowadays these movies are coming where devotees are making such a nicely, and all these pastimes are depicted. In fact, they should make all the Srimad Bhagavatam pastimes such kind of movies, because it is appealing in this world of social media now. Uh, this Makhan Chori, Gocharan Lila, dancing with gopis, dancing at the signals of gopis, Putnavat, Trinavat, Shaktasurvad, Kaliyadaman. Sometimes when he's small, Nanda Maharaj tells him, bring my khadao, that, like wooden chappals. Lord comes, brings that wooden khadao on his head. So by seeing these all sweet pastimes, Acharyas becoming very happy. Mm. One more Varkari Sant from Maharashtra, Eknath Maharaj, he tells in one of the his Abhangas that Khedi Bhavara Radhikecha Navra. That the other day I was sharing with Devot Prabhuji. Uh, After our DCS meeting, our kids were playing this Bhavara, what do you call? Bugri? In Kannada, what do you call that? Bhavara, they wouldn't. Bugri, yeah. So they were playing that, and so Eknath Maharaj is saying, Lord is Krishna is playing that Bugri. That game actually came from Lord. Nowadays it comes all digital. What is that? Gadgets. For our Jano also we brought that electric. You just have to press and that, like moves. But there is no maja in that. Actually is that when you have to tie that rope and, like play that, and some devotees they throw and then take in hand. We might have played all these things. So that actually originally comes from Krishna. So Eknath Maharaj is telling, Khedi Bhora Radhikecha Navara. Navara means husband. So who is playing Bhora? The husband of Radhika. He is playing. Khedi Bhora Bhora Bhora. Khedi Bhora Radhike Chanavara. So husband of Radhika is playing Bhora. And see the tattva. He doesn't forget, he's a Ishvara. He tells, Yacha bhovaryachi ari. Ari means those lines on that Bhora, on that we, tie the string. Yacha bhovaryachi ari sapta patale tyavari. All the 7 planetary systems are on that. फिरे गर गरा गर गरा गर गरा खेळी भवरा राधिके चानवरा. So all the 7 planetary system, and Lord actually plays. He is, like in Yoga Nidra, Garbhodakshay Vishnu, and in his navel that lotus comes, and Brahmaji creates all 14 planetary system, and the lower planets are there below. So everything is happening in his Yoga Nidra. He is sleeping and काम भी हो रहा है. So he is the supreme personality of Godhead, and that's why we see by these pastimes, Lord is attracting all the uh, people of this world that you can also participate in these leelas. This is just trailer, okay? And he openly declares that Aham Bhakta Paradina, I am controlled by my devotees. I am helpless. Hmm? If you what you are trying to enjoy this material world, come in, join in this picture, and you will also get drawn in this Ananda Kunda. Uh, so Shatavrati Vande, Satyavrat Muni, after describing this, he is telling, my hundreds and thousands of obeisances to such Lord. Shatavrati Vande. He does all these glorious pastimes. Even Arjuna, we see after seeing the Virat Roop, he is telling, oh Lord, obeisances unto you from front, back, left, right, everywhere. He got, like mesmerized by seeing Virat Rupa. Similarly, same thing is happening with uh, Satyavrat Muni. So it is the only place, Vrindavan, Gokula, where God, who is great, but he has to leave his greatness, his supremacy, his sovereignty outside the border of Vrindavan. He has to come as a normal boy. Because uh, when he expresses his vulnerability, there is affection. There is affection in his sweetness. And everybody is thinking in these 5 rasas, they are joining with Lord in these pastimes. So all the Gokulvasis, they never think that Krishna is Supreme Personality of Godhead. He is God. They never think. Sridhama, one of his Saka, he tells, hey Krishna, ye, roj isko harata main kusti mein. In wrestling, daily he gets defeated by me. As he is God. I don't think so. He is God. He tells like that. Even we see many of the devotees when they, uh, uh, in order to like enjoy the pastimes of the Lord, they make fun of him. One of the devotee of Muslim, there was in Vrindavan Vraja, there was one devotee called Rasa Khan. He expresses, Shesh Ganesh Dinesh Mahesh Suresh Jahi Nirantar Gave. That personality who is glorified by um, these the cosmic officers, Shesh, Ananta Shesh, Ganesh, Ganapati, Mahesh, his father, Dinesh, sun god, Suresh, who is that? Indra, Jahi Nirantar Gave, who are glorifying him again and again. Jahi Anadi Ananda Akhanda Abhed Ached Suved Batave. They are telling him, they're glorifying like he is Ananta, he is Akhanda, he is Aved, Ached, Suved, all Vedas are glorifying. And who else? Narada says Shuka Vyasa Rate. From Narada Muni, Shuka Vyas, they are Rate means they are constantly glorifying. Pachihare Puni Parana Pavi. Still they are not able to find the conclusion. Tahi Ahir ki Chohariya, to such Lord, Ahir ki Chohariya, the, the damsels of Vraja, Chachiya Vara Chach pe nachna chave. Just for the buttermilk of this much buttermilk, one bowl of buttermilk, they are making him dance on the signals. Can you imagine? So that personality, he is glorified by Vedas. Ananta, Akhanda, Veda, Ched. He is like, dancing on the signals of gopis. Such is the beauty of the Lord, sweetness of the Lord, Raskan is telling. So what makes, in Vrindavan, what makes Krishna appears to be normal? There is one principle Prabhupada expresses very nicely in philosophy and purpose of Bhagavatam. And this is also oxymoron. One is that tattva which facilitates these pastimes of the Lord. What is that called? Yoga Maya. It is the Yoga Maya, the spell of Yoga Maya. The main function is to forget the greatness or godhood of the Lord. It feels like Krishna is normal person, and that is the feature of Yogamaya. And it appears, it increases the sweetness. It forgets the greatness and increases the sweetness of the Lord. And that's why these amazing pastimes are happening here. So this is how we see in these three stanzas, Lord is enjoying forever, and He is calling us that please join this wonderful village, Vraja. It is not a village, it is not a material place, it is consciousness. Vrajavasis, what makes them special? What is that speciality of Vrajavasis that Supreme Lord is ready to spend more time at any other place there? Hmm? You see in Bhagavatam also, uh, 350 chapters are there. And out of that 350, only 10th canto is having how many chapters? 90 chapters. And out of that, 50% chapters are Vrindavan. So this is the speciality of Praja. The speciality of Praja is that Krishna wants to spend more time with these devotees. Why? Because of their only one feature. They are ready to tolerate pain for the pleasure of Krishna. Prabhupada is telling, when we will imbibe this quality, ready to tolerate pain for the pleasure of Krishna, for the preaching this Krishna consciousness, then the realizations will come. The other day, anniversary day, His Grace Sundar Roop Shamprabhu very nicely explaining that hearing different lectures, reading Prabhupada books, this is like eating. But what will make that digest that food? What will give you realization? It is preaching and taking pain or tolerating pain for the pleasure of Krishna. So it is very important. So then only realization will come. Otherwise, the festivals are coming, Sunday feast is happening. You know, we come, Hari Bol, we take prasad and we go. ISKCON say ISKCON. So to, to have that deepening impression or to practically apply in our life, when we start a little step to take pain in the service of Krishna, Tomara Sevaya Dukha Jaya Hota Jaya, Sevo to Parama Sukhi, Seva Sukha Dukha Parama Sampada. Bhaktivinoda Thakur is telling, this is my asset, this is my net worth actually. The pains and tribulations which I occur in your service, these are my eternal wealth, O Lord. So when we go through these pains, then realizations will come. Then Krishna lage sadruda manas. Then there is a emotional exchange with Krishna. That is very important. And Lord is telling this. I am person who is defeated by love. Bhakti is the art of being defeated. And Krishna takes pleasure in being defeated by his all devotees. Hmm. Although he is Mukunda, but he becomes liberated. He becomes bound. Sorry, he can award liberation, but he becomes bound because he has quality of being defeated by all the devotees. So when we imbibe this quality, although material ego is very powerful, it doesn't allow. But when we come in the association of devotees, we can apply that. So today uh, we can pray to Lord Damodar that please bestow this supreme devotion unto me. And from our side, let me please remove my competitiveness. Let me be under the shelter of all the devotees and practice bhakti unto you. So such a way, Satyavrat Muni has very nicely explained this all lila. In first two verses, he explains the entire Damodar lila. All the successive stanzas are just his prayers. So first are some prarthanatmika, we have three types of prayers: some prarthanatmika, dainya bodhika, and then lalsamai. So first two are like some prarthanatmika, and then after that, some prarthanatmika and dainya bodhika, and then all other verses are like lalsamai. Please give me mercy. Namo devada modaranam. Idam te vapurnath gopal valam. So that will be explained in successive Sunday feast. So today we can also aspire for this only thing, that please, oh Lord, please always give me smaran, your always remembrance. I should never forget you. Tukaram Maharaj tells, He Chidana Dega Deva Tuja Visarana Vava. The only benediction I want from you, that I should never forget you. Idam te vapurnata. He's telling Varan Deva Mokshana Mokshana. I don't want to touch the further shlokas, but it is very nice. I don't want any benediction, Lord. Please don't misunderstand me. I am here, I am asking something else. Give me that, this, that. No, 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 no. The only one benediction I want. What is that? Idam te vapurnath gopal balam sada me manasya. This beautiful form of yours should be always reside in my heart. And that's what, like all the acharyas are telling. Hechi dana dega deva tuza visarana bhava. Guna gaina avadi hechi maji sarvajodi. I'll glorify you with lot of pleasure. And this is my greatest joy. न लगे मुक्ति धन संपदा. I don't want धन संपदा. संत संग देई सदा. All the association of devotees always I hanker for. तुका म्हणे गर्भवासी सुखे घालावे आम्हासी. I am least bothered. You put me in womb of mother crores of times. No problem. But these four conditions should be there. I am always happy. So, कीट जन्म हुआ त्वा दास बहिर्मुख ब्रह्मा nahi आश. In Manas Teho Gelo, that bhajan also Bhaktivinoda Thakur tells, if Kit Janma is also, I am ready to take that. But as your das, and contrary, Bahirmukha Brahma, who is away from you, your consciousness, I don't want that word. So this is the aspiration of all the acharyas, that when we aspire for Krishna, then we'll have akarshan for Krishna. The greatest gift of Krishna consciousness. In fact, the greatest gift of Krishna is what? Krishna himself. Krishna coming in our heart. Okay, ISKCON, we come here, we give friendship, devotees are there. Sometimes people come with a lot of motives. In devotional service, the supermost gift of Krishna is Krishna himself when he manifests in our heart. When we develop akarshan for Krishna. Until there is no akarshan, there will be karshan, friction. Manashashtani indriyani prakrutistani karshati. So that's why to attract this, to develop this attraction or akarshan, we have to hear again in the association of devotees. When we'll hear etad aturhi chittanam matra sparshe chayamahu bhava sindhu plavo drushto hari charyanu varnanam. This is the boat, this is a favorable boat of Hari Katha, which will take us across this Bhavsagar. And that's why we should do this again and again. Prabhupada, I'll just finish in 2 minutes. Prabhupada, when he was established League of Devotees in Aligarh meeting, a lot of politicians were there and they were telling that बातें कम काम अधिक, ये हमारा स्लोगन है. कम करो बातें, काम ज्यादा करो. When Prabhupada's turn came, he announced, काम कम बातें अधिक. He told, this is our slogan. Why? काम कम करो, बातें करो ज्यादा, भगवान के बारे में बातें ज्यादा करो. When the Supreme Lord is glorified more, then everything will be taken care very nicely. And that's why when reporter asked Prabhupada, Prabhupada, आपने कैसे किया? 40 रुपए लेके गए, 11 साल में इतना सारा 40 करोड़ से भी ज्यादा इतना ISKCON बना लिया. How did it happen? हम हिंदी में प्रभात बोलते हैं. हम गया, अमेरिका गया, करताल लिया और हरे कृष्णा का कीर्तन किया और सब हो गया. हाँ वो ठीक है, लेकिन कैसे किया एक्चुअली, क्या टैक्टिक्स यूज किया आपने? वही बता रहा हूँ मैं. हम करताल किया, हरे कृष्णा कीर्तन किया और सब हो गया. No, no, Prabhupada, you're not understanding. What exactly you applied, the techniques and tactics, what? आप समझ नहीं रहे. प्रभुपाद बोले, आप समझ नहीं रहे. मैं वही बता रहा हूँ आपको. मैंने करताल लिया, हरे कृष्णा कीर्तन किया और सब हो गया. So this is his faith, because that right at the Jaldut boat he writes that Bhagavater katha sei tava avatar sune jadi kane bar bar. When they will hear these pastimes again and again, then there will be revolution in their hearts and everything will manifest. So this is how we should always engross ourselves in this Krishna Katha. And Krishna Katha will give 4 things in our life. Such a nice entertainment rather than this cheap, like other entertainments. So it gives manoranjan, the entertainment for the mind. First, E. Second, it gives enchantment, manoharan. It, attracts our mind by this enchanting pastimes. Third, it gives enlightenment for intelligence, such tattva vishesh, all these pastimes of the Lord. It appeals for our intelligence and, Krishna lage sadrud manas. And fourth is emancipation, liberation from this material world, samsara dava nalalila loka, tranaya karunya ghana ghanatvam. And to give that in that, these personalities come and they give us this Krishna Katha. Tava Kathamritam Tapta Jivanam Kavi Bhiritam Kalmashapaham Shravana Mangalam Srimadatam Bhuvi Grananti Je Bhuridajana. These are the Bhuridas, the munificent personalities. And such is the munificent personality for us, Prabhupada, who preached this Krishna Katha everywhere. Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, when he heard a Gopi Geet from Prataprudha Maharaj, he immediately embraced him, hugged him, and he told, "You are Bhurida, you are Bhurida. You are giving me the nectar, the life of my heart." So Mahaprabhu has got pleased with Prataprudha Maharaj. How much he must be pleased with Prabhupada? He has delivered this katha everywhere, every nook and corner of the world. This Gopi Geet and the mood of Vrindavan he has established. That's why uh, he is the real Bhurida. So let's take a few moments to express our gratitude to Srila Prabhupada, who at the age of 70, from this mood of Vrindavan, from the uh, capital of devotion to the capital of degradation, they tell, भक्ति की राजधानी से अधोगति की राजधानी, from Vrindavan to Manhattan, he carried Vrindavan in his heart. That day, last Sunday feast, I think Adidev Prabhu was telling this, when Gop Kumar went up, that streaks of lights entering into, you remember, in the universes, what are those? Acharyas. These acharyas, they come. When Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur at the last, when he was passing, he was asked by his disciples, Gaudiya Math, Guru Maharaj, you are passing, who will be the next acharya? Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur smiles at them and he tells, Acharya cannot be made. Acharya comes from spiritual world. He will come and he will take this Krishna consciousness. And that is the Acharya who leads by his example. Prabhupada came and uh, from this wealthy city, Vrindavan, spiritually wealthy, materially, spiritually poor city, Manhattan, he went there. Although skyscraper buildings are there. Recently, somebody posted in Maharaj group, Bhaktivedanta Manor Maharaj gave initiation class. He was telling that the wealthiest city of devotion is Vrindavan. From he left there, you see the Lilamrut, you know, alone, Brajavasi crying alone in the wilderness, and he carries just Bhagavatam, one bomb. He developed all this lifetime of preparation, like Oppenheimer developed this bomb and got Hiroshima and Nagasaki. Similarly, Prabhupada developed this bomb, the weapon of mass transformation. And what the miracle we see that everywhere, every nook and corner, this Harikatha has been expressed. So this is the radioactivity in Hiroshima, Nagasaki. If we go, still we see the effect of that bomb blast, nuclear bomb blast. Still, the generation comes with these effects of all this. Similarly, we have this radioactivity in Vrindavan because Lord's pastimes have happened there. And that effect we can feel when we enter into Vrindavan. That Yamuna, that Keshi Ghat, Vamshivata, Barsana, Govardhan, Kamyavan, Krishna Balram Mandir, that sweet sounding bell, dhan, dhan, and all everything that Bhaktivedanta mark. When we go into that mood, it immediately we are helpless, but we get attracted to that. And that Vrindavan has been given by Srila Prabhupada. And this is the greatest gift of Prabhupada. So if we are fortunate, we can go Vrindavan in this Kartik Mas. And if we are not fortunate, still there is no problem. This Hari Katha will take us to that Vrindavan mood. Because spiritual world is also material place, but more of a spiritual consciousness. If we don't have that consciousness, even if we are in Vrindavan, we cannot see that. We will go in Loya Bazaar, we do some purchasing, but we will not have that mood. But sitting here in South Bangalore, we can experience that Vrindavan, provided we are absorbed in this tattva and pastimes of the Lord, hearing from Srila Prabhupada and his authoritative representatives, then we can take the benefit of Vrindavan here. So we are very grateful to Prabhupada and all his representatives, all the authorities of this temple also. We see so many festivals that take so many efforts to put all these festivals and programs to give us the very nice, happy experience of hearing, chanting, and Ananda Kunde, Nimajjantam Ananda Kunde. We celebrated Janmashtami, we celebrated Balram Purnima, Radhashtami. Recently, we had a wonderful Nauka Vihar Leela. Sharad Purnima, wow, what a festival. I was mentioning Prabhuji, the entire temple hall was transformed into Golota. Radha Vinodji and that blue lights, all left side was Radha. Yashoda, Damodar, backside Prabhupada, right side all devotees are offering lamps and Shad Goswamis. Entire temple hall was like Goloka. So they are taking a lot of efforts for giving us facility to us to absorb in this wonderful pastimes of the Lord and get benefited. So let's take benefit of all this jam-packed association. Let's pray to Lord that let me become, if not ornament like that earring, but at least one instrument so that I can offer my part in your service and your representatives. And let me get removed of all this competitiveness. As you take pleasure in getting defeated by your devotees, let me also get pleasure, or at least accept myself in the service of devotees and enjoy this amazing Krishna consciousness. Srila Prabhupada ki, Satyavrata Muni ki, Sri Damodar Ashtakam ki, Damodara Maas ki, Gaura Premanande. So I'd like to stop here. Please forgive me if I have spoken, if I've done any Maryada Vyatikram, spoken beyond my adhikar. These are very lofty things to speak sitting in Vyasasan, but very difficult to follow. This is a lifetime project. My only hope is all of your association who will bring me on radar and bless me. Hare Krishna. Devo. Uh, How to apply that oxymoron in our own life? How mothers should behave with their children? It's okay. Very high level question. I don't know how to manifest that in practicability, but see, Lord's pastimes. Pavneshwar Prabhu recently took class on cosmology. He mentioned very nice thing, that shloka of Chanakyamani. Prata Dyut Prasangena, Madhyanasti Prasangat, Pratro Chaur Prasangena, Galo Kalo Gachanti Dhimatam. So intelligent people spend their time like this. So Prata Dyut Prasangena, that is Mahabharat, that is something Anukaraniya. Those three words are very important. Anukaran, Anusaran, Anusmaran. Okay, so Mahabharata is something Anukaraniya. Ram Lila is Anusaraniya. We can walk on the footsteps. And third one is Krishna Lila. These are Anusmaraniya, not Anukaraniya, not Anusaraniya. We cannot, this is like a showcase. We can see that. We cannot exactly imitate that, right? So even Venkat Bhatt, when he come across with Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu asked one question, Venkat Bhatt, that he was Lakshmi Bhakta. So Mahaprabhu asked, you glorify your Lakshmi so much, then why did Lakshmi couldn't get, the entrance into Ras Leela? Tell me. He asked, because you are Lakshmi Bhakta, na? So immediately Venkat Bhakta accepts his humility and he tells, no, Lord, Ami Jiva Kshudra Buddhi Sahaja Astir Ishwarya Lila Koti Samudra Gambhir. Lord's pastimes are amazing and they are Koti Samudra Gambhir. In each and every Leela, Lord has his own agenda to transform all the devotees and to manifest. So we cannot exactly copy, I don't know, imitate like that. As I told, one example also given, how much that is imbibed in our culture, as long as that love is there. See, punishment means how much you have first of all invested in the part in that relationship of that party. If mother is so much loving, always caring, as far as I know, I have seen mothers how they take care, then little bit the flavor of punishment also it is taken very positively. But I don't know the at the what extent that punishment should be expressed and exactly imitating Krishna Lila. So these things are there. So Lord's pastimes are basically to take lessons from that, and as per our time, place, circumstances, we can apply. Uh, I don't know whether I answer your question, but this is how my understanding. Hare Krishna. Thank you, Haribol.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Very nice class, Prabhuji. Thank you very much for the class. Um, few questions, but I don't know whether we have time. Prabhuji, earlier on you mentioned that Sahajiyas say that I got a dream of Krishna, Radha Krishna.
Yeah.
Right. So I'm so unfortunate that I don't get any dream of Radha Krishna. So my question is how to get dream of Radha Krishna.
By understanding Tattva of Krishna, ultimately we will get dream, will come that platform. So bhakti has this stages, 9 stages. Ado Shraddha, Sadhu Sangha, Bhajan Kriya, Anarth Nivrutti, Nishtha, Ruchi, Asakti, Bhav, Prem. So it is mentioned in uh, Nectar of Devotion that ultimate, the last stages are the Bhav and Prem, where we find sometimes similar characteristics where devotee is completely absorbed in Krishna's Smaran, even in dream. We see in Chaitanya Charitamrita also the way devotees are engrossed in the pastimes of the Lord. So in Bhav stage like that, where Shanti Ashram, Avyartha Kalatvam, Nam Gane Sada Rushi, Asakti Tava Gunakhyane, Priti Tadavasti Stale. These qualities when they manifest, he is completely engrossed in that smaran, and he might get uh, a dream of Krishna also. But right at the outstage, we can aspire for that, but we should not be behind for those aha moments. Why we should be behind? So once Prabhupada was going with his, they arrived in one temple, okay, and a lot of devotees they gathered and they were like crying, Prabhupada, Jai Prabhupada, Mataji was crying, and so many devotees were dancing like anything. And this servant was having inferior quality. He asked Prabhupada, Prabhupada, the way they are welcoming you, such a love they have for you, and I don't feel that love. I don't have that much ecstasy when I am always with you. Prabhupada told, because you are serving me. Means what? See, they are meeting me once in a while. That's why they are having these special effects. But your dedication is expressed by your service. You are always with me. So what we want, that aha moments or the continuous service? So Prabhupada is telling the test of devotion is dedication. How dedicatedly, continuously we are doing these services, and that is reflect in our all the samarpan in our services. If you are hungry for those aha moments, it will come and go also, but will not get the real factor. Here, parishramam word is used. Yashoda Maya also always dedicated complete effort she is putting, and that is expected from a sadhaka. We should not be bothered about that too much, but 100% if you follow with the authoritative path, surely, because this is testimony, so many examples have been given. In Nectar of Devotion, Daruka, when he is fanning, he is getting the ecstasy, but he's cursing that ecstasy. He's telling why this ecstasy is coming, because it is hampering in my service. So that's why devotee is attached to service, as far as I have heard, Prabhuji, and we should be there is anand in that service. And if byproduct of that, over the time, when Krishna lage sadrud manasina, that complete entirety, that dream might come, but we are not after that, behind that. That is my understanding. Hare Krishna, Purush, Hari Bol.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Prabhuji, please. Completely correct. Pruji, just I want to, 1 minute I'll add. Pruji, that exactly has been mentioned in Updeshamrut also. Updeshamrut, I think ninth shloka, it mentions that first starts with the Shravan Dasha, then Varan Dasha, then Smaran Dasha, and then Sampatti Dasha. So that Sampatti Dasha is like your treasure house. You started what with mere just Shravanam, and you develop over the period of time. That becomes your Varan Dasha. You absorb in your system, and then Smaran Dasha, you always have remembrance of the Lord, and finally it becomes your Sampatti. It is your net worth. It is your opulence, that you are always स्थावर जंगम ना देखी तार मूर्ति सर्वत्र होय निज इष्ट स्फूर्ति. Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur. Wherever I am watching, I am seeing Krishna only. How it started? It started with shloka. One more point I'll just add. It is very nice connected to this context I'm telling. See, Prabhupada's maximum lecture given on one shloka. Do you know Bhagavad Gita? The most of the lecture he has given on this one particular shloka. What is that? 7.1. Maya sakta manapartha yogam yunjan madashraya asamshayam samagramam yatha gyasasi tashrunu. So there is a 6 steps to become Maya Sakta, getting dream of Krishna, or Turiya Avastha of Krishna. How? It start with last word, Shrunu. Tashrunu. What will happen second stage? Asamshayam Samagram Yatha Gyasasi. You will get knowledge of Krishna. So started with Shrunu, then knowledge, Gyasasi. Third stage, Asamshayam Samagram Mam. We are going other way around, from back. Shrunu, Gyasasi, Asamshayam. All the doubts will be cleared. Maya Sakta Manapartha Yogam Yunjan. You will get yoga, connection with the Lord, supreme yoga. What is that? Bhakti yoga. And then Mada Ashraya. You will get my Ashraya, shelter. And then ultimately Maya Sakta. You will become attached to me. How it started? From Shrunu. Just here in the association of devotees, and everything will be taken care. And in fact, in that purport, you will see Prabhupada has quoted the series of verses from Bhagavatam, which we quote every start of the Bhagavatam class. Shunvatam Swakita Krishna Punya Shravana Kirtana, right until Vidyate Hriday Granthis Chindante Sarva Samshaya. Same series of verses he has quoted in his poem, Podo Krupa Koile Krishna. You see in middle, 3-4 verses comes. That much emphasis has been given on show. If we continuously hear in the association of devotees, Satam Prasangat Mama Virya Samvito, Bhavanti Ratakarna Rasayana Katha, Tad Joshna Dashwa Apavarga Vartmani, Shraddha Ratir Bhaktir Anukramash. Definitely you will get at least some attraction. If that attraction is not there, you will not sit here. We'll go and see IPL. So because that attraction has developed, we are here, and it will certainly develop. That is our faith. So, thank you very much. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. We felt like we should go on, but there are some restrictions also. So let us all thank Prabhuji for the sweet Srimad Bhagavatam class about the sweet pastimes of the Lord and the greatness also. So loudly chanting once Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Let us all quickly assemble downstairs for the few announcements downstairs.